The tattooers that I know are the type of hardline tattooers that would say, if you don't live and breathe and eat this stuff, then you're not supposed to be in it. And I kind of go against all guidelines of that. Tattooing is not a necessity, so I don't have to have it, just like the world doesn't have to have it. We like it, just like you like your shirt you're wearing, but you don't have to have your shirt on. My name is William Lucas Kirby. I'm a tattoo artist, a commercial fisherman, a father, a brother, and that's about it. So I was born 1978, Melbourne, Florida, Brevard County. My dad was a commercial fisherman. My mom would walk the beaches, collecting seashells and playing with the kids, doing art. So growing up from like age 6 to preteen, it was very exploratory in my family. Like, we were open to do what we wanted to do. My mom encouraged everything. And so that's what we did. My brother and me would just go dig, build, burn, fight, do everything. We were all over the neighborhood. You could never find us in one place at one time. So after high school, after what I finished in high school, which was right after 10th grade, I finished my GED and then got my passport when I turned 18, and I bailed. That was it. I was going to Ireland, and I was fishing over there, and I was running into guys that were tattooing, and they were like, dude, if you get your stuff together and learn how to tattoo, get a portfolio, come back, and I'll sponsor your visa. I was making needles for Jesse Smith and for a few other tattoo artists. And he was feeding me whatever I needed to know. And then throughout the process, I was collecting equipment through him. And he was like, you know, are you ready? You ready to jump in the deep end? Let's do this. And then from there, I just kept tattooing and kept going at it. I've never had the joke tattoos, the people that come in, they're just drunk, bunch of vagrants, you know, the crazy people, the stories you hear when you hear about the tattoo world. I haven't really ever experienced it, and I've tattooed for 20 years. But then I'll tattoo drug dealers, cops that arrest those drug dealers, and they actually even know each other. I've had a situation where I would just finish tattooing a guy, and in walks the officer that gave him the 20-year case that he had. If you don't know, now you know. Reading Rainbow. This is probably one of my favorite things in the shop. My son gave me this as a gift, and it's my old 88 Fleetwood that I had on 24s. It took me a few years to build it, and it was one of my first like classic builds, you know. This was my father and his buddies. This was their club. So they would pull up with this on the back of their little, you know, greaser work shirt. And you knew they pulled up, shit was gonna hit the fan. Some tap machines. Oh, yeah. These are always good to see.
How much does that machine cost?
Honestly, if I told you, you would cry, because the industry would freak out on me.
You wanna show some tattoos?
This one was done by Matt Brocca. Matt Brocca has his own shop down across from Pearlie's downtown. He's probably one of the nicer tattoo artists I've ever talked to. He did my mom, he did my grandmother, and he did my grandfather on the inside. That was when he was a paratrooper in World War II. That Deus Vult, that's probably one of my more, I'd say, sentimental tattoos. That one was one of the things that my mother always lived by, and it was, you know, one of those things that you were taught in the church, that everything you do is gonna be through God, you know? So as far as commercial fishing versus tattooing, it's almost at a 50-50 now. Fishing consumed day in, day out, you know, 3/4 of the year, no days off. Tattooing, I have my days off. I've done it long enough where I select my customers. Otherwise, when I was fishing, you didn't choose to do that. Fishing chose you, and you stayed in that grind. Like when I go to Alaska for 5 months, there's no whether you want to or not. You just do, and you have to. And I go out there, I run the leads on the net, which anybody who's ever been a seiner knows that's not the prettiest job on the boat, but I'm good at it. Enough to stay alive, you know? My favorite part about being a dad is the fact that I went 50-50 on creating something, a miniature version of me and my partner, you know? Like, it's wild looking at it, especially having twins. I mean, I have one that people say is mine and one that people say is hers, and vice versa. And then you look at my son, who's 18 now, and he's a smaller, skinnier version of me. I mean, it's crazy because at 18, he's nowhere where I was in life. He's not half as bad of a kid, you know, even if it was a quarter amount. But he's doing everything else I was doing, skateboarding, working, hanging out with his homies, chilling with the girls, doing all that stuff. But it's crazy watching something you made do the same crazy things that you did.
You want to take outside again?
Pogo. Old truck.
Some old football days, Blue Star Cowboys. Some more rockfish down at Jordan Point. We used to catch, so these are just two of like the prime sized ones, but we would catch right around 200 or 300 of them like that in the net on the average day. I love this one. This is when me and Terry first started hanging out, and she had Bruno. Bruno was a dog she adopted that she couldn't stand, and then she fell in love with. So she would come scoop me up from work, and we'd sneak out and go play at the river. My first Chinook, my first king salmon, that was a good eating. These are a good example of a hard day's work. Catching, this one was right around 90,000 pounds. As far as my purpose in the tattoo industry, it's to keep driving images forward that are good images and show people what they can accomplish if they want to reward themselves with a great product and provide a great service. As far as is the way we run ourselves, it's all in presentation. I try to show everybody I am clean, I am efficient, I'm open to suggestions. So come in here the same way. Come in here ready to be efficient for our world. So as far as a future and what I'm trying to do, I would like to build this either into a larger brand, and eventually spawn off of that with other ideas, or pass it along, sell it to someone else. But that's the beauty of this industry, is I can take it wherever I want, just like fishing. That's kind of why I liked fishing so much, was because no matter where I go in this world, there'll be fish. People need to eat, I need to eat, and I can make money doing it, Yeah, I would never quit doing one thing just because I'm too old or too tired or anything like that. Like I'm one of those guys that is an asshole. Like, we could be 73 sitting around with a bottle of whiskey, and I go, I still got a needle. Give me your ankle. You're gonna get a tap, buddy.